RW's old guy is here. He is back with another random ass daily match review, and I have a very special guest. He's a member of the RW Wrestling Podcast Executive Committee. His name is Chris. Say hi.
Hello.
He says hello, not hi. He never listens to me. Anyway, so we got an interesting match here, and I'm not going to tell you how I feel about it to the end, but this is Rey Fenix versus Flip Gordon. Two names people know. Rey Fenix right now is kicking ass in AEW, and Flip Gordon is in
Ring of Honor.
Yeah, he's in Ring of Honor, and is he still part of? He's still part of the Villain Enterprises.
Not due to the Marty Scurll controversy, so Flip is on his own.
And Rey Fenix is part of the Lucha Bros tag team.
He's also part of the Death Triangle with Pac.
Yeah, so like both of these guys are big names, and this happened on for the wrestling company called World Series Wrestling. It's based out of Australia. I think it's based out of Melbourne specifically, and they just run tours around the country. And this show was this match was part of the International Assault Tour in 2019. This is night 3 of that tour, so it's in Newcastle, and it took place on June 25th, 2019. And we don't get the introductions. We see the guys in the ring, and it looks like Phoenix is ready. Flip looks ready. Brian Cage is chilling on the outside of the ring. Referee says, "Ring the bell," and here we go. All right, so both these guys are in the ring, and automatically we get a "Let's Go Phoenix, Let's Go Flip" dueling chant. You're going to hear this all night long. They go to lock up, and they do and they do this little thing where the crowd starts to go oh when they're ready to grab each other's hands and lock up, and then they stop and look at the crowd and acknowledge them for a second. They're like, "What y'all doing? What are y'all doing?" And you're interrupting our match. They do it again. The crowd goes oh, and they stop and look at the crowd. It's actually highly entertaining. So on the third time, while they're getting ready to lock up, Flip says, "Let's do this Mexican style." And they change their stances for some reason. I'm not even sure what Mexican style means. But again, the crowd goes, "Oh," and then and they stop. And the crowd is laughing at this point. They're just enjoying themselves. And obviously you all know when the crowd is having fun, I'm having fun. So then they finally lock up for real, and the crowd pops. All right, so we got a side headlock by Flip. Phoenix backslides Flip, but Flip maintains the headlock. Phoenix escapes and whips Flip into the ropes. Phoenix ducks under Flip. Flip continues to run the ropes. Phoenix leapfrogs Flip. Phoenix attempts a catapult, but Flip dives through it and does a handstand and attempts a head scissors, but Phoenix holds on to Flip's legs. Phoenix attempts a wheelbarrow suplex, but Flip escapes and arm drags Phoenix. They have a standoff. Crowd pops.
San Antonio standoff.
Right. I'm talking about, this match had like flurries of stuff like this. It's going to be fun to see what everybody thinks about this. Okay, Flip dodges a Phoenix charge. Phoenix grabs the 2 top ropes and does like a little flippy-do through them, like a 619 type of thing. Like how Rey Mysterio would do a 619 if he misses. That's what it looked like. He does that through Phoenix does that through the top 2 ropes and then lands on his feet and says, "No, no, no" to Flip, the Kembe Mutombo style. Not in my house. Each man misses a kick. Phoenix jumps a low kick from Flip. Flip kips up to avoid a strike from Phoenix. Each guy gets caught by his opponent. Each guy tries to kick, but each one gets caught by his opponent. Phoenix sweeps Flip's leg out from under him and floats over for a 1 count. Flip does the same to Phoenix. He floats over for a 1 count. Some little gymnastics from Phoenix, and we have another San Antonio standoff.
Yep.
This crowd is loving this stuff. They're marking out for everything. I'm not sure if Australian has a lot of guys on this level come and see them. I'm not sure, but it makes a difference. Like with that Michaels and Cena match in London, this crowd was so freaking pumped for this match. So I'm always wondering if Australia doesn't get these guys at all. Oh, I'm sorry, very often. But it's definitely a possibility that these guys come here like once every year. And then they just give the crowd something nice to see for a night. But I don't know. All right, so at this point, neither man has gained a significant edge. Crowd still pops because that's what they're going to do the whole night. Another "Let's Go Phoenix, Let's Go Flip" chant breaks out. They do the same lockup spot from earlier, but instead of acknowledging the crowd, Phoenix does roundhouse kicks Flip to the head. Phoenix whips Flip. Flip grabs the top rope and dodges a Phoenix charge. Flip nails Phoenix with a rising knee to the face. Just freaking tattooed him right in the face. Flip whips Phoenix off the ropes. Phoenix does that 619 thing again from earlier, and this time he nails Flip with a kick right to his jaw. Gets a nice 2 count. Phoenix does some interaction with the crowd, like when Phoenix would chop Flip, the crowd would go woo. He would go woo. He's just kind of mocking the crowd in a way. It's I don't know if it's just his voice, but it's so entertaining. Let's see here. Phoenix, it's an axe handle to Flip's back. Phoenix whips Flip into the corner, but Flip versus Phoenix into the corner. Flip charges, and Phoenix backdrops Flip to the apron. Flip slides under the ropes, and Phoenix takes down Phoenix by his legs. Flip goes back through the ropes and is on the apron. Blocks a Phoenix charge with a kick to Phoenix's head. And then he jumps to the top rope, and wham! Flip nails Phoenix with a missile dropkick. Phoenix sold it perfectly. And Phoenix bumps to the outside. Flip hits Phoenix with a tope suicida. And then Flip goes out and gathers up Phoenix and puts him back in the ring. Flip goes up the top rope, and Flip nails Phoenix with a friggin' beautiful 450. Perfect. Looked fantastic. He gets a 1, a 2, but no. Phoenix kicks out. Flip goes for a suplex, but Phoenix escapes with a few knee strikes. Flip attempts to clothesline Phoenix, but eats a super kick for his trouble. Phoenix puts on an arm wringer and chops Flip in the chest a couple times. So while maintaining his grip on Flip's wrist, Phoenix runs to the corner. He jumps to the top rope, bounces from the top rope to the middle rope, back to the top rope, turns on the top rope, and then somersaults off the top rope, and then arm drags Flip all the way across the ring. Crowd pops for Phoenix. God damn.
Phoenix does Phoenix things.
Phoenix does Phoenix things. Jesus Christ. So Phoenix runs the ropes, but again eats a super kick from Flip. Flip runs the ropes, but Phoenix tumbles through and hits a cutter to Flip. Wham! Gets a 2 count. Phoenix hits the mat to get the crowd fired up. He's just kind of tapping the mat. The crowd claps back at him. This crowd is great. Maybe it's my favorite thing of the whole of this whole match is the crowd. You know, when they're all chanty. They know exactly what to chant at the right times.
Yep.
Yeah, it's freaking great. Let's see here. So Flip. Phoenix hits the mat. Yeah, Flip rolls out to the floor while Phoenix is celebrating with the crowd. Phoenix jumps to the top rope and hits a crossbody to Flip. Crowd pops again. Both guys are back in the ring. Phoenix heads up to the top, and he does a great-looking senton to Flip. We get a 1, a 2, and no! Flip out at 2.5. Nice 2 count. Crowd pops. Brian gets a "Let's Go Flip" chant started. We get another "Let's Go Phoenix, Let's Go Flip" chant. Then we get a bouye spot, just a bunch of chops and punches, and the crowd was on it right away. Within like 1 strike, you can hear a guy going, "Boo!" Then the other guy's like, "Yay!" And it's amazing. All these crowds are so smart. I don't know.
They're awesome.
Well, WWE crowds aren't, but that's not their fault. Most of the time they're just bored. So after this bouye spot, Phoenix stumbles into the corner. Flip is in the opposite corner. He's measuring Phoenix. And as Flip is about to run to the corner, the crowd starts to go, "Oh!" And then Flip nails Phoenix with that corner clothesline, or with the corner clothesline. It's the same thing that the Miz does. I don't know what you call it.
I just call it the corner clothesline. Miz corner clothesline.
There you go. Flip skins. After Flip does that corner clothesline, he stays in the ropes and then skins the cat. But Phoenix catches him, but can't do anything with it because Flip gets away from him. Phoenix catches him, but can't do anything with it. And Phoenix takes a buckle bomb from Flip. Flip charges Phoenix in the corner, but Phoenix tumbles away. Phoenix charges. It's a spinning back kick off the middle rope to Flip's head. Phoenix attempted what looked like a rolling thunder, but ate a super kick for his trouble. But Phoenix gets up right away. He kips up right away and nails Flip with a freaking super kick of his own, and both men fall to the mat. Crowd is popping huge. They're loving this shit. All these sequences are really good. Somehow, some way, a Terminator clap starts. I don't know how that starts.
Brian
Cage did it? Okay. So this is... Yeah, and then the crowd starts clapping along with it. Yeah, if you all remember back to the Omega and Janela match... Terminator claps all day. It's so good. Flip rolls to the apron. Phoenix charges Flip, but gets a shoulder to the gut. Flip hits a sunset flip, but kips up instead of going for the pin, and wham! Nails Phoenix with a roundhouse kick right to his temple. Flip performs a Falcon's Arrow on Phoenix for a 2 count, and you all know what they say about the Falcon's Arrow, right, Chris?
You never kick out of the Falcon Arrow.
Except you do.
And actually, to be fair, someone in the crowd said,
Yes.
You never kick out.
Yeah, see, these crowds are so great. Everyone knows what they're supposed to say. It's great.
It was hilarious.
Flip picks up Phoenix in a fireman's carry, but Phoenix wiggles out. Phoenix pushes Flip into the ropes. Flip does a 180 to the middle rope and hits Phoenix with a shoulder tackle. 1, 2, no! Another kick out. Dueling chant starts up again. Flip climbs to the top, but Phoenix intercepts Flip with a European uppercut. Flip crumbles to the mat. Phoenix then climbs to the top while Flip rolls to the apron. And I don't think Phoenix was paying attention because Flip was okay, and he jumps to the top rope and super kicks Phoenix right in the face. Flip joins Phoenix on the top rope, and they jockey for position. And then Phoenix eventually hits Flip with the Spanish Fly for a 1, a 2, and no way, not yet. Flip ain't ready to go. Kicks out at 2.5. Holy shit! Chant breaks out. Spanish Fly looked great. Thank you, Chris, for letting me know what that move was.
Yep.
Phoenix is measuring Flip from a corner. Phoenix charges Flip and crushes Flip with a spinning back kick to Flip's face. Phoenix places Flip on the top rope and gathers Flip in what looks like a muscle buster, but Phoenix starts to spin, and then when Phoenix starts to spin around, Flip rolls up Phoenix for a 1, a 2, and no! Again, another nice 2 count. Phoenix is not ready to go. But unfortunately, Flip can't capitalize on it, and Phoenix delivers a super kick, wham, right to Flip's face. Phoenix tumbles towards Flip, but Flip catches Phoenix in a fireman's carry, but Phoenix escapes. Phoenix kicks Flip right in the head. Flip backs into a corner. Phoenix charges at Flip and tattoos Flip with a forearm, wham! Phoenix gets Flip in that muscle buster hold, which turns out it is a muscle buster, and starts to spin around and absolutely destroys Flip with what looks like a muscle buster suplex or a bomb or whatever you call it.
I'd say a spinning muscle buster.
A spinning muscle buster. And at 11:50, Phoenix gets the 1, the 2, the 3. Phoenix gets the win. He poses with the crowd while the crowd just shouts out applause or clapping for both guys, and then it cuts to black. Woo! I mean, I tell you what, for a match that was 11:50, a lot of shit happened in that match.
Definitely.
All right. So, I got mixed reviews about this match. I didn't know... Okay, so all the action was good. But unfortunately, maybe it's just my own sensibilities, but I detected no story in this match whatsoever. All the spots were great. All the moves were executed great. I'm not taking any away from the in-ring action at all. But since there's no real story, though, I don't know why these guys were fighting each other. I don't know what they were trying to. I don't know what matches they were trying to get through in the ring either, because neither guy really was getting any heat on the other for any sort of period of time. To me, honestly, it felt like an exhibition match. They were just there to pop the crowd for about like 12 minutes. Maybe that's what it was. I'm not sure. Maybe they were told to go out. We need you to do 12 minutes. We need this. We just need one more match. We need 12 minutes. Go out, pop the crowd, and all the stories that we're going to tell will take place in the other matches. So, but I don't know.
That's what it seemed like.
Yeah, it reminded me of that Liger-Pillman match. Remember from WCW? Mm-hmm. They were just out there, and they were just went through the motions. I think. Like I said, I'm not taking away from the guys' abilities, or skill, or their will to I'm sorry, or their will to want to entertain the crowd. But as far as like the match itself was going, I only gave it a 6.5. The crowd was great. Maybe more time. They could have got a story going, but I just didn't. I didn't detect it, and it's possibly because it was a face versus face match.
Commentary would have helped as well.
Yeah, I was going to say that in a second. I felt I needed a villain in there to like have some drama. Some guy cheats, crowd reacts.
Marty Scurll, huh?
Yeah, something. So there's no drama. There's no real heat as far as like a bad guy trying to win a match a dastardly way, and then the face kind of like overcomes that and wins. So yeah, and not to mention the commentary. So if there was a story between these two, I wouldn't know what it was, because that commentary helps explain those kinds of things. What'd you think? You watched it.
Yeah, I thought it was a pretty good match. I would have probably given it probably an 8 in my eyes, just because of the athletic ability. Like, had I gone into it knowing that there wasn't a story or anything, maybe it'd be a little lower, but I knew what I was getting myself into.
There you go. Yeah, like I said, I'm not taking anything away from the action.
No, nothing against the action. They were both amazing.
Yeah, and they always are amazing. I mean, like I've watched Flip Gordon matches from Ring of Honor. I've watched Phoenix just a couple times though from AEW, but yeah. So 6.5 it is. Okay, on to the aftermath. All right, so World Series Wrestling. All right, so this company is based out of Australia. It's got an interesting story. I don't have tremendous amounts of detail, but
That's what Wikipedia will give us.
Yeah, so this Wikipedia, a little Wikipedia report card, like a little Wikipedia book report.
Yep.
All right, so this company was founded in 2005 by a man named Adrian Manera, and so what his idea was that I don't think he had a weekly show, but what he was doing, he would put tours out throughout Australia, like a few days at a time. And before I get into that, so like this got founded in 2005, and it operated until 2007. But I don't know why they stopped doing business. They didn't really say. I'm sure it was money. I mean,
I did look into the history of it a little bit. It was the guy didn't have the funding, so it was money issues.
Yeah, it had to be.
And on top of that, too, it's just hard to get talent
to Australia.
Come to Australia for like a promotion that's not a big promotion. They tried to make it a big promotion. They just didn't get the head of steam.
Yeah. So then they cut operations for about 10 years, and they resumed matches in 2017. Not sure if they're doing anything I'm not sure if they're doing matches now, but the last champs that were crowned were in 2019. So maybe they stopped doing business, and then obviously COVID probably didn't help.
Well, their last champions were crowned in June of 2019, so that was before COVID was even really known.
Yeah. Okay, so the first few tours they had in 2005 featured Rhino versus Jeff Jarrett to determine the first WSW champion, and also they had a best out of 3 series between AJ Styles and Christopher Daniels. So their International Assault Tour, which is what these tours were called, they took place over a few days in Melbourne, Sydney, and Newcastle. So in the first show in Melbourne, Rhino defeated Jeff Jarrett to become the first WSW champion, and AJ and Christopher Daniels went 30 minutes in an Iron Man match and won 1-0. Sounds familiar, right?
Yep.
On the second night in Sydney, Rhino defended his title versus Jeff Jarrett. Daniels beat AJ Styles, although I don't know what the match was. It didn't say. So their series now knotted at 1. And then in the final leg of the tour in Newcastle, Jeff Jarrett defeated Rhino to become the WSW champion, and AJ won the series by defeating Christopher Daniels. So big names right off the bat. I mean, you kind of have to do that, and they got people down there to help them out. And obviously, we all love the guys that are involved in this, except maybe Jeff Jarrett, but you know. The second tour they had in 2007 had more contemporary names. They weren't the more high profile names, but these guys would become high profile down the line in various ways. And by the way, Jeff Jarrett had to vacate his title here because he had commitments to TNA. So there was a vacancy in the championship in 2007. So on this second International Assault Tour in 2007, in Sydney, Australia, same cities, Bryan Danielson, aka Daniel Bryan, beat Nigel McGuinness for the vacant WSW title. But the very next night in Melbourne, Billy Kidman, I'm sorry, hold on a second, I read my stuff wrong here. I'm sorry. The very next night, Bryan Danielson defended his title against Nigel McGuinness. But in Melbourne, a couple days later, Billy Kidman defeated Bryan Danielson to win the WSW title. Other featured wrestlers on this tour were Kid Cash and Austin Aries. Okay, so due to the lack of funding that Chris mentioned, and not getting big stars, big enough name stars, they had to cut operations in November 2007. They came back in November 2017, and their first tour, I imagine it's another International Assault Tour. And their first tour featured men like Ricochet, Austin Aries, Zack Sabre Jr., Tessa Blanchard, Joey Ryan, and Brian Cage. And Ricochet defeated Austin Aries to win the WSW title on November 25th, 2017. And on March 17th, 2018, the Young Bucks became the first WSW Tag Champs. On March 10th, 2018, Jordan Grace beat Kellyanne and Shazza McKenzie in a triple threat to win the first WSW Women's title. So I'm going to list the champions that they've had. I'm just going to list the winners and maybe some notable circumstances around what happened with their belt. And then Chris is going to name some of the notable names that have run through this company. It's a nice extensive list. So the first champion was Rhino. Jeff Jarrett beat Rhino, but had to vacate the title due to commitments to TNA. Bryan Danielson was the third champion. Billy Kidman was the last champion in 2007 before the company vacated the belt and ceased operations. When they resumed, it went from Ricochet to Austin Aries to Brian Cage to Johnny Impact to Austin Aries to Robbie Eagles, and now the current champ, sort of, is Marty Scurll.
Whoop, whoop.
Yep, too sweet. All right. So some big names here. So Chris, name off some of these names.
All right. So the first couple tours, they were working essentially with TNA. So they had like Jeff Jarrett, the Dudley Boys, Christopher Daniels, Frankie Kazarian, Kid Cash, Masato Tanaka, Test, Samoa Joe, Styles, Headbangers, X-Pac. Then their second stuff from like 2007, that's like they were working with Ring of Honor because they had at the time the Briscoes. Abyss was kind of with them. They had people like, let's see what else. Samoa Joe and Styles would technically be there again. Nigel McGuinness, Robbie Eagles. 2017, it was more like a Ring of Honor thing. So they had like, Christopher Daniels, Super Dragon. They had Frankie Kazarian, Nigel McGuinness would be around then too, Samoa Joe, Styles, Ricochet, Sabre Jr., Tessa Blanchard, Brian Cage, Joey Ryan, Jonah Rock, a.k.a. Bronson Reed, the Bucks, Briscoes, Riddle, Skrull, John Morrison, technically Johnny Impact, Jimmy Havoc, Cody and Brandy Rhodes, Flip Gordon,
Jeez.
Walter, Bandito, Brody King, Scorpio Sky, Jordan Grace, Flamita, Slex, Indy Hardwell.
Jesus.
Like, fuck.
I know. That's the best thing about wrestling, is that all of them love to work together. And WWE doesn't do it that much anymore, but they have before. They've worked with ECW. They've worked with Japan.
They technically had that work with Triple A, was it too, when they had the Mil Mascaras and all them in the Rumble?
Yeah. But for the most part, though, WWE's pretty stingy. I think they're allergic to working with other companies. Like, I'm serious. They break out in hives when they think of other companies in general anyway.
Yeah, but right now they're working with some other companies like Evolve, and they're also working with, I think it's ICW, because their shit is on the WWE Network.
Oh, well, then never mind then.
Which is moving to Peacock.
I know. I don't know what to think about that. Well, have you heard any details about that?
Pretty much that I'm going to have to, if I want no commercials, I'll have to pay my $10.
Well, yeah.
Which I'm already paying, so it's not a big deal.
Yeah, it's not a big deal. But we got Peacock in our house, so like I'll be able to watch network stuff on there, so I won't have to worry about snagging your information anymore.
It doesn't necessarily matter, anyways.
I know you pay for it the same way.
Exactly. Unless you want the one to know commercials, then you use mine.
No, I don't care. What wrestling does, and wrestling promotions have to do this. All the way back to the territory days, you have to be able to work with other territories. If you were isolating yourself,
AEW is currently doing that.
Yeah, and they're doing that great shit with Impact
and NWA because they're using their women's title.
Oh yeah, that's right. God damn! And so it's a weird web that wrestling makes for itself, but it has to survive, or it has to do that, or no company will survive. If you isolate yourself, you're not going to survive because you need help with other stars to draw fans. No fans, no money.
Yep. WWE right now is the only company that doesn't have to worry about that because when you think of wrestling, that's who you think of.
Correct. And AEW could do it too, but AEW's smart.
Well, AEW, they don't have the traction yet. Give them 5 years. Maybe they'll be synonymous to wrestling too, but at this point in time, work with anyone you can. Ring of Honor, work with TNA, work with fucking New Japan if you can. Work with anybody. Yeah,
and that's what I got from this show here. All these names that you listed off, it's amazing. The friggin' a lot of the guys who are willing to go down to Australia and help out this company. I love that stuff. Whoever went down there, you got my love and respect. All right, so we're gonna cut this one off here. I'll be back tomorrow with another one. And have a good day. Bye.